So yesterday something tragic happened. Tragic in the not sense something really tragic, but so I already filmed this video a couple of days ago and I was actually done. I spent hours editing and all my files got deleted. And I was really disappointed for a while, and then I stood up, I turned on the camera. Here I am. I started filming this video for you all. You guys must be thinking why I'm telling this story, but so keep watching this video till the end and you'll understand why I was telling that before. Recently, my DM has been flooded with the questions that, hey, my visa got rejected. Hey, I got rejection from Poland. What can I do right now? So I did my research and I gathered a couple of points. In this video, I'm going to tell why Poland is rejecting your visa. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new to my channel, my name is Utkarsh and I live in Poland and I make vlogs, so if you are new then please consider subscribing. So actually there are a couple of reasons why people are getting refused for the visa. So the first reason is you need to know more about the university. By university I mean the university you are applying to. Just make sure you check the rankings of the university, check how reputed the university is, the QS world rankings, because that's the most authentic world ranking on internet. So make sure you only apply to very well reputed university. I'm saying this because I've heard few people, they make fake promises that get your admission done in a particular university and you need to only pay the fees when you get the visa. This is not the case. This is not how reputed universities deal with the things. So the procedure is when you get the admission, you need to transfer the admission fee into the university's bank account. When you pay the fees, the university will issue you the documents. You have to carry those documents to the embassy. So the visa officer will think this applicant must be really good. He got into a good university, so the chances of getting your visa will be a lot higher. Usually the public universities are very well reputed, and some of them are Warsaw Technical University, Wrocław Technical University, Gdansk Technical University, Economics, University of Life Science, and so on. I don't support consultancies because the process is so simple and so easy that you can all do it by yourself. Just have to do your own research. You have to look things on internet. Saying this again, don't fall into traps, don't fall into agents or consultancy who will just make you fake promises and it won't lead you anywhere. Some of the guys were sending me messages that, hey, can you get me a job, get my admission? So I would like to say I'm not a consultancy or any broker. The thing I can do is I can help you through the process. I can guide you that what you should do and what not you should do. So please stop asking me for getting jobs or getting admissions into the universities. Thank you. The second reason why your visa is getting denied by the embassy is course selection. By course selection, I mean you got admission into a course which is not relevant to your past studies. We can see this through an example. You chose science in your high school and then you are going for some photography or some humanities related courses for your bachelor's. Visa officer will not really be convinced that why he's switching his majors, and also the officer may think that his main purpose or motivation to going to the Poland is not really studies. Nobody will want to be in such situations. Avoid choosing such things. So for example, you have done your bachelor's in engineering and you are coming for master's in some humanities or some social science related courses, and this won't be convincing to the visa officer and the chances of getting the refusal will be much higher. So I would like to say, please choose the courses accordingly. Make sure you are making good choices with the universities and with the course, and if you will choose the relevant courses, then yes, for sure you'll get the visa. Third thing which I want to talk about is the cover letter. People usually don't understand how important the cover letter is. Usually the visa officer has thousands of applications every single day. He doesn't really have time to go through each and every thick documents in your application. First thing he looks at as a cover letter. For people who don't know what cover letter is a document in which you have to write about yourself briefly, about yourself, about your academic background, about your qualification, and about your future goals. I'm stressing this out literally. The cover letter is very important, so please make sure you have a good cover letter. Also please make sure you write about the goals in your cover letter and never mention that you want to settle down in the country after you graduate. Just mention that after I graduate, I want to go to my own country, I want to go to my family and my parents. The fourth reason is IELTS. Yes, I know many people have a lot of confusion that, hey, do I need IELTS to get into the university? Do I need IELTS to get the visa? Do I need IELTS to come to Poland? So this question is actually very subjective, I would say. So most of the universities in Poland, they don't really ask IELTS. They ask you a medium of certificate letter from your previous school or your previous universities that your education was in English and the level of your English is B2. I know there are few universities and few courses in which they specifically ask IELTS and about the band score. So the thing is, if you have IELTS, then the chances of getting your visa will be a lot higher. So let's see this from an example. There are two applications with the visa officer. So the one of the applicants have IELTS score and the other applicant doesn't have an IELTS score. What the visa officer will think at the first instance, the visa officer will surely think that, hey, this guy has IELTS, so his motivation of study is obviously a lot higher than the other applicant. That's how much IELTS is important for your visa application. Then also, if you have IELTS, then you will be really confident in the visa interview because you have already gone through the process before. I mean the interview and speaking and all this. So let's say you don't really have good scores in your 12th or in your bachelor's. So if you want to get into the good universities, then the chances will be kind of less because of your academic scores. So if you put IELTS, then the chances gets a lot higher that you'll get accepted. Also, the university will prefer the applicants who have IELTS score. IELTS is very important, and if you're planning to study abroad, just make sure you have IELTS score. I have done IELTS and actually I got 7 bands. So if you want to check my video, I'll put the link in the description. Put it somewhere over here so you can just check it out. If you don't have IELTS, then again also you'll get the visa, you'll get admission into the universities, but university will take your Skype interview. And it's actually also very easy. The Skype interview is very easy, and the interview they just check how fluent and how confident your English is. Again, I'm saying if you don't have IELTS score, then also you can get the visa. So let's come to the fifth reason. The fifth reason is bank statement. So you guys must be familiar what bank statement is. The bank statement is a statement from your bank, and in that they will mention what all transactions you have made in that particular month, in that particular date, and in that particular time. So the embassy usually asks the bank statement of the previous 3 to 4 months. The previous 3 to 4 months is the date from your visa interview. So just make sure you transfer a small amount of money in all those months. Don't transfer a huge chunk of money a month before your visa interview, because that will just create suspicion and it won't be good for your visa application. And I know a few people who got rejected, and they got rejected because of the bank statement. Embassy said you don't have sufficient funds to study in Poland. So the best practice how to avoid rejection because of bank statement is just make sure you transfer a small amount of money in those previous 3 to 4 months. Just make small transactions. Just show that your account is actually very fluid and it's actually a regular saving account. So I would say the minimum money is 8 to 10 lakhs. You can show as much money you want. It depends on you. To be on safer side, 8 to 10 lakhs is actually quite good enough. So also I've heard as the VFS came into the operation, they are now expecting you to have a credit card or have a traveling forex card. So just make sure you get a forex card. Is actually very easy. You can contact your bank, ask for the forex card, and just put some funds in your forex card. Just get the statement of your forex card and also put that in your visa application, so you won't get rejected because of that. Also, I've heard sometimes people just try to fake bank statement, they just try to fake documents. So please don't do that. The embassy will surely know. So just don't try to fake any documents. It won't do any good for you. If you do that, your name will be just blacklisted, and also in future if you apply for visa, you'll get rejected. So the sixth reason is the extension letter. So the extension letter is for those people whose visa interview is actually very close to the university starting date. So let's say you have your visa interview on 20th of September and your course is starting from 1st October. So you actually have very less gap between the visa interview date and the course starting date. In this case, just ask an extension letter from a university. In this letter, the university will mention that he's a student and he can join late to that period of time. Make sure you put that letter if you are in such situations, because if you don't do it, then surely the visa officer will reject your application if you don't put the extension letter. So there are other few little things which I would like to talk about. So one of them is, so while filling the visa application form, you need to be very precise about the course starting date, about the course ending date, and about your traveling dates. So the course starting date and the course ending date will be mentioned in your final acceptance letter, so you can fill that accordingly. In the final acceptance letter from the university, they will mention that this is a date on which you have to be in Poland. Make sure your traveling date is around that date. Just don't land in Poland a lot before or a lot after your course starting date. So yeah, please keep these things in mind while filling your application form. I cannot stress this out literally how important is a visa interview, because in visa interview you'll have one-to-one interview with the visa officer. No matter in which university you got your admission in, no matter how much documents you put in your visa application. So if your visa interview doesn't really go well, then the chances of rejection will be a lot higher. Just be confident, communicate well, represent yourself fully, and for sure you'll get the visa. In visa interview, they don't really ask many questions. They will just ask you 2 or 3 questions. Just don't jump into the answers right away, because you know what he's going to ask. Just have patience, listen what he's asking. If you're not understand what he's asking you, you can say, pardon, I don't understand you, can you repeat the questions? So yeah, these are the things which really matters in the visa interview, because you are giving your impression that what kind of person you are and what background you come from. So just make sure you give your best in the visa interview, and for sure you'll get the visa. And also the people who already got rejected, they must be thinking, can I apply again? So yeah, for sure you can apply again, you can reappeal. So just make sure this time you have more documents, and make sure this time you have everything at the place. Also, if you already got rejected from Poland, so this is not the end of the world. There are so many countries you can go. I know many people have the dream to study abroad, to live abroad, but the thing is, if you have a clear vision and if you believe in yourself, then you can achieve anything. Crave for something so bad, and if you put that into work, it will happen, it will come to you. That's how I see things in life. So yeah, that's pretty much for this video. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, just make sure you hit the thumbs up. Still, if you have any queries, you can write me down on Instagram, you can comment down in below, and I will be glad to answer all of your questions. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done it. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.